Good morning, snowy world. Woohoo! Seattle just doesn't know. Is it March? Is it December? Maybe it's July.
Snow angels continue to fall.
Don't they have Christmas in the middle of the summer?
Don't they have better things to do today? Don't they have better things to do?
Anyway, welcome to the original Loretta Brown Show, radio to open the heart, heal the soul. I need that. And awaken the consciousness. We're going to have such a fun time today with you on this snowy morning. And of course, you might be listening to us from some other part of the planet. And hopefully it's sunny there and you can send us some of your lovely sunshine and we'll send you our crisp, clean, clear air here. By the way, drive carefully. It is slushy, slippery snow. That's a tongue twister. Slushy, slippery snow. Isn't there a song called Slip? No, never mind.
No, it's not good. Slip sliding away.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You picked up on it, Betty. That was exactly what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, slip sliding away. Anyway, I am the owner of Reiki Oasis, located right here in the greater Seattle area, and we have been around 24 years. Whew. Pretty soon I'll be 29. Then life starts, right, Benny? Mm-hmm. It starts.
I know for sure.
I know for sure, too. Yeah. I do have a few things going on at Reiki Oasis, and you'll want to check it out at ReikiOasis.com. And you can sign up for everything at schedule.ReikiOasis.com. Thank you to Indigo Hawk, my amazing webmaster. Where would I be without the technology, people? Really. You guys are awesome. And I'm still figuring out what an iPhone is. So anyway, it does work. It works. I have Temple of the Divine Feminine the third Saturday of every month. This month it will be March 16th. This is a 4-hour class from 12:30 to 4:30 once a month, and it is for the women. We talk about ancient esoteric mysteries. We talk about girlfriend stuff. We talk about how do we get by in this world and how can we show up as the beautiful, authentic souls we know ourselves to be. And then there's planet Earth, the planet of opportunity. Yes, opportunities. That's always what it is. But it's about growth. Sometimes we don't understand what it's all about. But here we are, and we are in this together. We are all connected at that divine level. And sometimes for me, that is just the deepest comfort of all. So if you want to come to the Temple of the Divine Feminine, you can sign up at schedule.ReikiOasis.com or shoot me an email or give me a call. If you want to know more about it, you can find me, Loretta Brown, at info@ReikiOasis.com. I also have another Crystal Bowl healing concert Sunday evening, March 23rd at 7:30 in the evening at Bala Yoga in Kirkland. And good news, I will be alternating between Bala Yoga in Kirkland and Bala Yoga in Sammamish now. Yay! So there'll be a Crystal Bowl healing concert every month instead of every other month. How fun is that? How exciting! It is exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, it's
You're
awesome.
stepping up your game. We could tell.
My
your
guy,
bowl game. You're
yes.
stepping up your bowl game. Right?
I love that.
It is a bowl game. Yeah. Watch for more music. I am a musician by heart and by nature and by grace. And my guides have made it very, very clear that this year my voice and my music is supposed to be out there more. Oh, boy. So that'll be fun and great. I am a composer. I do healing music. And occasionally people say they like it. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, be graced anytime you come out to an event where I'm being divinely guided to do it because I'm also being divinely assisted, and I'm really just a vessel. So just reminding you of that. I do have a Reiki Masterclass Saturday, March 30th, for those of you ready to go on to the master level of Reiki. And you do have to have taken Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, either from myself or some other Reiki master. And this is a full day. We start at 10 in the morning and go until 6 in the evening with barely enough time to eat lunch because I am sort of that type of a person. Let's get it done. And it's wonderful. I've taught Reiki for 24 years, probably even 25 years, and literally have taught thousands of people Reiki. And I don't really care if you're doing Reiki just for yourself, for your family. If you want to start a business, I give you all the information. I'm a full disclosure teacher. And then, of course, your Reiki Master in Spirit will also be helping you. And if you want to know more about that, of course, contact me. Astrology, oh boy, I'm going to do this quick because I have a great guest on the show and we want to get to her. We have so much going on in the sky. Oh, my goodness. And for those that celebrate Shivratri, Mahashivratri, we had the celebrations to Shiva, and Monday night, oh boy, we just had a lot going on. We also have, by the time we have the next full moon on March 20th in Libra, we will have had a total of 5 full moons at 0 degrees. I'm going to say that again. We will have had a total of 5 full moons at 0 degrees going through different signs. This is really, if you hadn't figured it out, 0 degrees is the beginning. It's the beginning. And it is also the ending, which is why celebrating Shiva at this time is so powerful, because he is the representation of endings and beginnings. We've also had eclipses, all kinds of major events in the sky. And yesterday, March 6th, we had a new moon in Pisces. This new moon is at 15 degrees Pisces and is conjunct Neptune. Neptune is the natural ruler of Pisces. So the new moon comes with a double dose of Pisces. So drink it up, people. If you have Pisces people in your life, or people with lots of planets in Pisces, and you might even want to go take a look at your chart and see where Pisces lands, because Pisces energy feels compassionate, it's dreamy, it's confusing, it's extraordinary. And this is how the lunar month will go. And the sign of Pisces is 2 fish with their tails tied together, which to me is like, are they going in the same direction? Are they tugging and pulling? Are they going into yin yang? What are those 2 fish doing? So I hope you're giggling a little bit. But the new moon in Pisces also coincides with Uranus's entrance into Taurus and with Mercury retrograde. So, my friends, you are in for quite a ride. This is not a time to be afraid of your feelings. This is a time to step into them. Excuse me for clearing my throat. The planet Uranus entering Taurus, prepare yourself for a quake. This is something we've all been looking for. And once again, this new moon with new beginnings is linked to Uranus's move into Taurus, which only comes every 7 years. And it's going to change the influence of your life. It's going to take you in a different direction. I hope you're ready for that. And it's sort of like tuning into the universal energies, like your radio, like, those old radio dials, I'm talking to my guest, Diana, who I haven't introduced yet, but she's sitting right here. She's so lovely. But you remember when we had those.
I have one of those.
We're of the same age, and we'd be like, okay, do we have it tuned in? And then it'd be like, oh, no, we don't. Yeah. And the static comes in. But this is going to tune us in. It's going to change our perceptions about reality. It's going to help us finally change our perspective, because you know what it's like when you get this idea about either who you are or what your life is all about. And then somebody comes in and they go, hey, Loretta, that's not quite right. And I'll go, what? No, my perception is correct. And then pretty soon I discover, well, it might have been correct 10 years ago, but currently things have moved. So it's good to stay up to date. The new moon in Pisces also coincides with Mercury going retrograde at 29 degrees of Pisces. Have I said Pisces enough? So, and that is the last degree of the zodiac. So Mercury is literally 1 degree away from Chiron, the wounded healer, and has been there for several days now, which is an unusually long time for Mercury. And if you have a Gemini or Virgo ascendant, or if you have planets between 27 degrees Pisces and 2 degrees Aries, which I'm sure, listeners, you have that memorized in your head, then you probably felt the energy of Mercury conjunct Chiron very strongly. Some painful thoughts that you may not be ready to integrate may have come up. You may have revisited something very painful from the past. You might have been emotionally charged up. So my best advice to people is, be kind to yourself, love yourself. Maybe there is something in your life you're not ready to confront yet. You don't have to force it, because God and the universe and divine love you so much. They're going to give you plenty of time to address it, either straight on or it kind of curves around and says, hey, I'm here now, and let's figure this out, and let's put the puzzle of our life back together. So stay grounded, stay in your bodies, unless you've got to meditate, go touch divine, and then exhale and bring that divine energy right down inside your life, inside your body, inside your realm. You are the sovereign of your own life. Woohoo! I'm excited about what's coming up.
I love all of that.
I can feel it, can't you?
Yes.
My guest today, by the way, is the amazing and beautiful, Diana Clark. She is a Cartomancer. She'll tell me how to say that. And she's the creator of the Gaelic Lenormand.
Yes.
Okay. A magical 36-card fortune-telling deck. And we're going to be doing some readings on the show today. I'm going to have her in a bit tell us a little more about herself. But obviously the lines are already open. We already have people in the queue. And if you want to get a little card reading, a little piece of advice from the amazing, and this is spiritual advice, by the way. She's not just your common card reader, not to put anybody down, right?
Exactly. Everyone has their own thing.
I used to, when I was little, I would, when we took long car rides, I would be in the back with a deck of cards, pretending to do card readings with my brother.
I love that.
I would just make stuff up. I have no idea what I told him, but he liked it. He'd say, do it again, right? Do it again, do it again. So anyway, Diana began reading fortune-telling cards at the age of 14. Mm-hmm. So our lines are open at 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. You can call in anytime with, I believe, any question.
Right, yes.
And so, Diana, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here on a beautiful snowy morning.
It is.
I woke up to that and I'm like, what? Not again. We so seldom get snow.
Yeah, we do. And for some reason, the gods have graced us with a lot of it lately.
Yes.
Just to kind of, maybe it's to cool us down. I don't know. Maybe we
yeah.
need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Very briefly, tell us just a little bit of something about you before we bring on callers.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was raised with the Lenormand cards. My mother would read for her girlfriends back when I was a kid growing up in Dallas, Texas. And as I got older, I was always interested in the cards, but it wasn't until I was 14 that I officially learned them. And I learned them actually from one of my aunts. And I would read for anyone that I had the opportunity to read for, friends in high school and stuff. And then as I got older, into my 20s, I would read for friends. And, I had a hard time charging anybody. That was the stickler thing I found for a lot of people. And I had that same thing. But, as I got older and I expanded more and more. And so today, I have really a clientele that really does span the globe. And super grateful for all these wonderful people that I've been blessed with to read for.
I love the fact that you're so specific about the deck that you use. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that do card reading, and I think the different decks have completely different energies about them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Lenormand really is, they were derived from a woman, Anne-Marie Lenormand, and this goes back until like 17, I don't even know the exact year, but she read for the kings and queens. She was a reader for Napoleon, and that's what really got her famous. But she read the playing card equivalent to the Lenormand, and it was later on that there was a German man who made up artwork to coincide with the playing card. And so I'm specifically, that is what I do. And I have other decks of cards like people have, but those don't speak to me like these do. I just know these inside out.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you, which you may or may not answer, or you'll do it in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
When you are reading the deck, right, do you feel like you are assisted? Do you know you're assisted? Do you go into a special place? Is it different than your everyday conscious awareness?
Yes, it is. I do go into a special place, and I do it so automatically because it's my zone. Initially, when I was younger, I had no idea that's what I was doing. But as I was older, I did come to see that the minute my client walks in the door, I immediately start the read because I tap in and I go into this beautiful place that I actually, Loretta, describe as the same zone that you're in when you're creating. And so, like, if I sit down and I paint and I'm out of it for 4 hours, and you come back into reality and you're like, oh, that was 4 hours. And I do feel I am assisted. I always ask that divine guidance be in there with me so that anything I'm saying is something that's beneficial for someone. And I do like to be honest when I read, but I also know that there is great compassion and love for myself, for my client, and to be sitting in that divine space, which I call my God space, because the walk that I'm on, I do say, is my Christ consciousness walk. And so, yeah, that's the space.
I love what you're saying, and I purposely brought it out because I think it's important that when we choose who to go to for readings or card readings or psychic readings or channelings, that we're in that sort of Christ consciousness. I'm very sensitive to it myself, and quite often feel that, at Reiki Oasis, when I do my work or wherever I'm at, that space is what I want to step into, because otherwise we get into our ego and our humanism.
Right, and that's where you don't want to be tapping into any of that. And I always know when I'm in there because that's that first space that happens. And it always just feels so wonderful that even if a client comes in and they go, oh, I'm kind of nervous, I've never done this before. And even people who have a heavy religious background will say, I feel a little bit guilty. My friend said that this is that and this is whatever. And within a few minutes, immediately they go, oh my God, this is the most spiritual thing I've ever done, because they feel it, because you're both in that grid. So when they come in with whatever their human problems are, their sufferings, by the time they leave, they are on a completely different level because we're both on that beautiful, high, energetic grid.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I, in my work, have run into a lot of, like I said, I've been in business 24 years. I kind of stepped out quite a while ago, and have had so many people say everything like, what are you working with? What are you doing? And there's questions. And I was raised Christian. Mm-hmm. And, I always thought to myself, there's that, not to be over preachy, but there's that verse in the Bible that you can tell a tree by its fruit. Mm-hmm. And if it's a good tree, it has good fruit.
There you go. And I was born in the Bible Belt. Mm-hmm. And so, I was raised Christian. It's just that I still love God, but it's in a different way that I think of what God is. And when I'm thinking of Jesus, I'm thinking of more of the Christ consciousness.
Yes.
And so, I do consider myself to be very spiritual, which is why I do incorporate that into my readings, because I don't think it's enough to just give predictions. Mm-hmm. I think that I want to give you some tools. I want to, like, if there is a difficult area, okay, you're suffering in that area. Hey, how about this? And I do use a lot of myself as examples, because if you could do it wrong, I did.
Oh, welcome to the group.
Yes.
Anyway, we do have the lines open today if you want to call in. It's open mic day, 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. My guest is Diana Clark. This is Loretta Brown. Let's take a caller.
Yeah, we'll take Dennis calling in from Montana. Hey, Dennis.
Yeah, I want to know about me and my dad.
Okay.
That's 2 questions.
All right. Thanks for calling from Montana. While she's doing her little thing there, what's your weather like, Dennis?
Oh, cold and snow.
Cold and snow. Okay, good. All right.
Seems like the consensus for a lot of areas.
A lot of areas.
Okay, so Dennis, you're interested in the relationship aspect between you and your dad, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a minute. The only difference in getting a phone reading and an in person is the fact that I need to shuffle for you. So you just think clearly on your end.
Mm-hmm. And so we're just taking a little bit of time while Diana Clark is working her magic. We're going to talk about magic in a minute because I believe in magic totally. And she's throwing out the most beautiful cards. My only regret with this, you all of you, and if you're remember, you can watch us on YouTube. But her cards are absolutely beautiful, and I want them.
Okay. Dennis, I just did one quick spread here. So you actually, the two of you have these beautiful cards that are sitting to the side, which is an indicator to me that you guys really could pull this relationship into a higher place. The card that is sitting between the two of you does indicate there's a lot of worry and stress. There's been a lot of problems there, but the big one is, boy, the communication aspect is where the difficult piece lies. When I'm seeing that piece, what would be fantastic is if the two people involved did seek help outside of just themselves, because when it comes to communication, that's a really, really big one, because you have to be a good listener as well as a good communicator without it being angry or moving into stress or someone misunderstanding someone. The cards that are next to the two of you actually do indicate, if the two of you so desire to put in this effort, this could turn into something quite beautiful. These are actually pretty good cards. So both of you have these cards next to you, which are the cards that are around misunderstandings, and especially this part around stress. What I'm really seeing here is that you guys are really triggering the wounded parts of each other. And Loretta, it was interesting earlier when you mentioned Chiron, which is that that part of our wounded self, and that's what is here. So, Dennis, I would suggest, because I believe that there's so much that can be salvaged, unless there's something horrific where there's like horrific abuse or something in that realm. This is a relationship that you actually could grow closer in this lifetime, and it would be fantastic if you guys could do this while you're still here.
Okay.
Okay. And you had another question?
You think someone is going to be coming into my life later?
So we're going to look at relationship here?
Yes.
Okay.
While that's going on, I'm just going to, because while she's working, I'm talking to your guides and angels, and it was really interesting. They gave me an imagery of the devil running away, which is, to me, basically just validating what Diana said, that there is a potentiality here, a great potentiality of healing. And, when we heal, it begins inside us, and of course, then it goes out into our life, and everything becomes different. But I think there is love energy headed your way, and Diana's throwing some more beautiful cards out, and she'll jump back on in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so the question is, Dennis, about you and relationship in your future. Now, I definitely do see someone here that's falling out as the main person, but there's a couple of pieces here that I want you to think about, and one of them is around attachment. When I see attachment in the cards, it means that we have a little piece in us that's kind of yearning. It has a bit of a I'm a little bit desperate. I'm a little bit clingy. I'm a little bit, it's in that realm of resistance. And as long as we have that going on inside of us, that resistance actually is pushing away the very thing that we want. So we want to move into allowance. So you could practice some simple things like deep breathing into the heart center. I don't know all of the practices that you have. There's many, meditation, earthing, ceremony, but kind of get on top of that and go deep, because to lose attachment's a big one. But when you do, Dennis, then you begin to stand in your own power, which is a soft, yielding power. The way that I got there really was through the divine. It's where I really opened my heart to really let that source energy into my heart so that I would fall in love with myself, which is different than saying I love myself. I also began to make higher integrous choices that produced peace in my life. And then the other part of that is joy is the result, but joy is inside of you. And so this is the work you can do during the interim before you meet this person. And on the past side, I don't look a lot at the past because everyone's had the heartbreak and all of that, but it does show that you've had these relationships that actually were not exactly right for you. However, they are important because it's how we learn about what we do want. So hang in there. I do see you meeting someone. That person comes from a different place. They are not from whatever area you're living in. They are not from there originally.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that help
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's luck and love there for you, basically.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dennis. Thanks so much for calling in. And a reminder, we do have the lines open today. And my guest is Diana Clark, and she is the creator of the Gaelic Lenormand. And she is doing card readings live on the air. Oh, my goodness. Who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
And you can call 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. Benny, should we take a caller or go to a break?
Let's take our first break.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. If you're on the lines, please stay there, and we'll be right back.
Did you know that Reiki healing can be done at a distance? It's true. So let Reiki Oasis focus powerful energy to help relieve your stress, grief, sadness, anger, and so much more. Convenient, personalized treatments at a distance can increase lightness of being. During your appointment, find a quiet place to lie down or sit to receive healing energies. If you want help with your dis-ease, visit ReikiOasis.com. Harness life's energy. Visit ReikiOasis.com today.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Alternative Talk 1150 is your sports organization's safe bet when it comes to airing your team's games. Our players are all seasoned professionals when it comes to sports programming. Imagine your games being heard on local radio. Your team deserves the MVP treatment. Call 425-653-1150 today to learn how affordable and fun it is to broadcast your games on the radio. Call 425-653-1150 and make your next season something special. That's 425-653-1150.
Talk radio with a purpose. Alternative Talk 1150.
Thank you, Betty. We need that music, don't we?
Keep on worrying.
Hi,
Moving, Warren,
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. Welcome back to the original Loretta Brown Show with my guest, Diana Clark. And we've got open lines today. She is a Cartomancer, and she's going to tell me how to say that. She's
Cartomancer.
Cartomancer. A Cartomancer, like cards and mancing. Cartomancer.
Well, except it's C-A-R-T, Cartomancer.
Cartomancer.
And who
You learn
knows?
something new
You
every
know
day.
what I always say, Loretta? I'm from the South, so who knows how I'm pronouncing it? Who knows if it's right?
I love these ancient words, though. The
Yeah.
Gaelic Lenormand, right? Like even if people say, how people talk about their elevator speech, and they go, "Hey, what do you do, Diana?" And you're like, "I'm a Cartomancer and the author of the Gaelic Lenormand," and they're like,
Uh,
"Wh-
Why did I ask?
do you want a salad with lunch or what?"
Yeah, they don't know where to go with that
Yeah, I
one.
love that. I think it's great.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, the music. Thanks for the music. I think that, remember, we are a mind body connection.
Mm.
And if we're really having difficulties, sometimes if we just dance, or move around, jump up and down, breathe, I think is the best thing. Change our posture.
Mm.
We will actually change our reality. So there we have it. Anyway, the
Mhm.
lines are open. And you get to be the guest. Let's take some callers.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take Movina calling in from Vancouver, British Columbia. Hi, Movina.
Hello.
Hi, Movina.
Hi.
Good morning,
So,
Movina.
wow, it's been already inspiring listening to you. We have the same weather here, snow and cold. And I guess my question that I asked when I called in, as I was listening to you, it may be a slightly different question, but I feel I've been spinning my wheels. I felt very hopeful coming into 2019 that I would be more clear with, what I wanted to focus on with work moving forward. And I feel really stagnant. Nothing is really happening. But then as I was listening to you talking to the previous caller, I was thinking maybe the bigger problem is even though I have a lot to be grateful for, somehow there's a certain, like in the background, I feel I'm not really happy.
Mhm.
There's this unhappiness program running in my life, and I think that could be a sabotage for what I want to try and do.
Yeah. Movina, that's wonderful. And that's so honest to, come on the air and speak to that because you are not alone. I would say that probably 90% of the people I read for are feeling that. And a lot of that really is about the inward journey. And that's why so much of what I'm talking about is that spiritual journey. It's the inward journey that's the most important. And a lot of people on the planet are so focused on what's happening in the outside world, with the president or the government or the United States or the blah, 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 blah. And really, it has to start with you. And that's one of those things that I always tell everyone is that if you wish for peace in the outside world, you must practice it for yourself first. And if you can conquer that, and that's a big one. I used to say to people, walk in peace one day, and they go, and I go, okay, how about an hour? And they go, and even me, Movina, with all the work I've done, I feed my spiritual body every single day. And so I just wanted to say that up front. So I want to take out, because you did mention around the work element. So there's something that came up for me right away. So I'm going to shuffle the cards around that. And so you just kind of sit in your peace grid and fall in love with yourself, sit in your joy, ask divine to come into your heart center because it's all about divine connection. This entire walk is. Anytime we have issues that come up, pop into that grid. We see through the eyes of compassion, and we begin to give out great love to others as well as ourselves. And I have found, by the way, most people are pretty hard on themselves. It's easy for them to forgive someone else, but not themselves. So start with the self. So I just shuffled the cards, so give me just a minute. Okay, so the very first piece that's already coming up for you is around your hopes, wishes, and dreams. Now, this is not surprising because one of the things that was really coming through strongly for me is that it really is time for you to walk your path and purpose. Oh, God. Just as I said it, the two cards came together that are the two I really wanted to see for you. So what this is telling me is that it is your time to truly immerse into your path purpose work. Path purpose is the work that we do, that we're here to serve and be of service. It's always about spiritual walk. There's a lot of creativity in there. This is the time people go learn to play piano. They write that book they always wanted to write. They whatever that piece is, because it gives joy to you and joy to others. And also a lot of nonprofit and that type of thing, volunteering, is in that grid as well. So your two cards have come together, which means I haven't done a complete spread for you, so I'm not sure where you're at in this cycle of your 5-year journey. I kind of look at it in increments of 5 years. But this next section for you is all about moving into the hopes, wishes, and dreams and the attainment of your hopes, wishes, and dreams. The work piece that's showing to you begins with work that can be done in the home, and that brings a major change into your life. Now, you also have other people that will be around you doing this walk with you. So hold on just a second. Okay, this does speak to some type of clientele. This can also be like a retreat, workshop, and I can tell you this much. This is the work of your heart. It's what you're very passionate about. There is a piece here that is around communication, which can be teaching. There's an element to that with this walk for you. Oh, these are beautiful, beautiful cards. Okay, so one of the things that is falling out is this piece that you believe you are not enough. And that's the false lie of the lesser mind, the egoic mind, because, my dear, you are more than enough. You are a spiritual being. So whatever this piece is, it has to do with spiritual walk. It's going to be something you're very passionate about. And again, there's the people around, there's the communication, learning, teaching element to it. And later on down the road, I can only see so far into the future, there is a piece of some travel that will be involved with this. So I don't know then it's like a couple of out-of-state trips, perhaps things that you're learning, classes that you're taking, people you're working with. But it is your time to step forward. It's super clear in the cards. This is a really beautiful spread.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Can I add just a quick, and I just really quickly,
Yes.
The last couple of days I've been feeling really drawn to explore numerology again, which is something I did dabble in a few years ago. Is this something that I should pursue?
Hold on, let me answer that question. But that's definitely in alignment with what I'm talking about.
Well,
so.
it's so alignment with the astrology report also. And
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is the very best that you can have. Absolutely. Actually, this spread couldn't get any better. It's work you're supposed to be doing. The big happiness and also the luck card came out together, which are actually the two best cards in my deck. And Loretta, you can see I only did 3 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my dear, definitely go for it.
Yeah.
And you will be quite successful at it.
And I'm going to add one little note from your guides who have been talking the whole time. They're going, just shed that old skin and emerge as the beautiful being of light and love that you are. We need your gifts on planet Earth, and it is the time for you to step forward as the light worker. Yep.
Wow, thank you so much. I feel the goosebumps now.
Well, you get goosebumps when you hear the truth. That's what they say.
Yeah. So go and prosper, and we look forward to seeing what it is that you do here. We need you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. Thank you.
All
You're
right.
very welcome.
Love and light to you. All right. Great. This is Loretta Brown. My guest today is the amazing Diana Clark, and we're going to take another caller.
Yeah, we'll take Sharon calling now from Paulsbo. Hey, Sharon.
Hi. Now I'm a little bit intimidated, Loretta, because the last lady asked a question I was going to ask.
Okay.
I think are pretty much the same.
No, it's no problem at all, honey,
Doesn't
because
matter.
you're a different soul.
That's right.
Right?
That's
So
right.
No, but
you're-
okay, so my question, I have these wonderful gifts, and I would like to know when is it going to really pop? Because I help my friends, but I don't step out anywhere else because I'm not sure maybe how to do that.
Yeah.
But I believe in it very much, and it's just wonderful. I love doing it. And it really flows.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, Loretta, you were saying that we need more light workers, and this is the time, unlike any other time on the planet, that we are fully in the age of Aquarius. This is the time for the entrepreneurs and the visionaries. So you're going to have a lot of energetic support to begin with. You've already begun where is the best place to begin, which is family and friends, because it lets us practice our gift, and then you get to see what gets validated or not. So let me shuffle the cards around what is in store for you as you are unfolding.
I also want to just compliment you. It takes just that little ounce of courage to dial the number and get on the show with us. And
You're right, it does.
Yeah, and from my heart to yours, from your guides and angels to you, they're saying thank you for doing that, because you get that prompting in the heart, and you're already feeling that desire to get out there.
Yeah.
So, just hang in there. Okay.
Okay.
Diana's throwing cards
Yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, God. I must be getting people who are like floating with the angels this morning.
We have a high. We always attract really amazing people to this show.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, my dear, it is time for you to step out. The card that fell on you is actually the new start, new beginning. So it's actually already laying on you. That's why you're feeling it so powerfully strong.
Yeah.
You asked when, and there's a couple of questions like when and how and all of that. This is what I'm going to share with you that I say every day. It's my mantra. I believe in divine timing, that everything will happen in my highest good and in the highest good of those concerned. So it's divine timing.
Yes.
Because Loretta and I actually were going to do this show a couple of
of
times
weeks
now.
ago.
Yeah, whatever it was, the snow and
It
this, that,
snowed.
and the other.
Yeah.
And
It snowed today too. But
yeah, I know, which is interesting, isn't it?
you know, Diana, we need to look at that.
We do.
Anyway,
But
go ahead.
you could see that today was divine timing. This was the day that it was meant to happen, that these people are coming through. And I'm so high right now.
yeah,
sure you
I'm trying to stay on my body. Like I keep going. Your feet are down there.
Exactly. And it's just because the people calling in, you can see this is really what's happening on the planet. Everyone talks so much about the negative things, but what's really happening is what's happening with you right now. And that is that piece of really wanting to step out there. And it doesn't mean everyone's going to be rich and famous. I don't care if you step out and you save or alter one person's life. That might be what your mission is, but yours is going to be bigger than that. You have extremely beautiful cards. There is a piece of admiration from people. Definitely clients will come. There is the biggest happiness. There's the card of great luck, and it would be very dear. Now, there is a woman who could be a little bit younger than you. It does seem to me she's fair-skinned, fair-haired, and this woman will be very instrumental in helping you step out into the world to do the work that you came here to do. This is beautiful work. And there is this really cool card next to that, which means it's long term. So this isn't something that you're just going to step out and kind of dink around a little bit. You're actually stepping out and into something. Your cards on the future side are beautiful cards. There is a piece of a lot of communication too. I'm not sure exactly what the work is that you're doing, but it has to do with clients. Your hopes, wishes, and dreams are tied in with this. And really, the only thing that's holding you back is just the belief in yourself. Mm-hmm. And you know, one of the great things about when we step into the thing we're supposed to be doing, and this is showing in your cards, is our tribe of people begins to change. And it doesn't mean that we get rid of everybody, but we do remove what no longer serves, because what it's doing is your energetic grid is going to shift so much as you step out more and you start to meet people, and it happens so easily, so effortlessly. Have you ever found that out, Loretta, that when you're doing something, just the right people show up, this happens, that happens, because there's a natural, beautiful flow when we're in our divine grid. So if I were you, I would just start out I always do a gratitude prayer at night, just what I'm grateful for. But just say, hey, spirit guides, I want guidance here. Let these right people, let these events show up for me. And it may start as being just something so simple as you go watch an author that you love speak. It can be something so simple. You might be sitting next to somebody that is that big piece of moving you forward. So don't worry. You came here to do this work, and it's obvious you're going to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Oh, thank you very much. You made my day.
Oh, excellent.
One little last message from your guides and angels from Loretta.
Mm-hmm.
Your guides are saying, open your heart. Don't be afraid to open your heart. Your heart is like a beautiful flower, and it's going to send that fragrance out there. And remember that people are waiting for you. They agreed before they ever came in to come see you, and you would help them. And that is such a lovely thing. So don't let it overwhelm you, but just love yourself and know you are more than enough. You just need to be your beautiful self. Okay?
Thank you, Loretta.
Thank
You're
you,
wonderful.
honey. Thanks for calling in. All right. Okay. Whew.
We're getting through
I
'em.
think we need to take another caller.
Let's keep it moving forward.
Let's keep it moving.
Nancy from Woodinville. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi there.
Good morning, Nancy.
Hi. My question is having to do with the fact that I want to live my life's greater purpose to the best of my ability. I'm a hands-on healer. I'm a channel, but I feel like I'm just starting out, and there are things still holding me back.
Okay.
And I would like to work on those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to shuffle the cards around that.
Yeah, so she's shuffling cards, and your guides are saying to breathe.
Yeah.
Like exhale, breathe into your heart. All these things that we want to do.
Boy, you really are a healer because the
Yeah.
card of the healer is actually right next to you.
Yeah.
You have some very strong healing modalities. Now, there's also a beautiful presence of this would be what I would consider to be either one of your spirit guides or one of your guardian angels. I guess what I've always heard is guardian angels haven't had a human life and that spirit guides have had a human life. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I've heard that quite a few times. But this being is showing up very huge next to you, so you must know about this being because there's great communication and great healing that's happening there. Okay. Well, you do have a lot of people that are showing up around the work that you're doing. You know, the only thing that is here that is really the piece holding you back is that you keep yourself small. So it's kind of like keeping myself hidden a little bit, like I've got great gifts, but I've kept myself too small. So when I'm seeing keeping myself too small, it's usually something in your environment that needs to change. And this is that part of either releasing, sometimes it's a relationship that's been keeping us bogged down, or we're listening too much to what other people are saying. There's a piece there that ask for that to really be shown to you so that you can really look at that because your cards are very good. You do have a lot of new people coming into the fold. This does look to me like you would be going somewhere to do your work. There's a connection to your home, but there's also a connection to going to a place and doing the work. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 people there. This does look to me like 3 women and 1 man. So the place that you will be going to do your work, there are those 4 people that are somehow super instrumental, but you have that spirit guide person that sits really, really strong with you. And right next to that, on the other side of you, is the card of the healer. So, yes, you do have great healing powers. And really, you just have to go out and seek where is that avenue for yourself.
Yeah. And this is Loretta. I'm bringing you a little more message from that guide because they're talking, your guides and angels are talking about your throat, finding your authentic voice, and stepping fully into who you are uniquely. There's some sort of angst around speaking the truth, which to me looks like it could be connected to past lives or things around that. The throat chakra, by the way, is not only about speaking our truth, but it's about listening. And who do we need to listen to? Well, what if? What if there was no block? What if there was no problem? What if you just stepped into it and just allowed yourself to laugh and sing and dance and heal? Because, yeah, you are really a true healer. You have what I call a gatekeeper or a special being of light that is working directly with you. So there's more to that. Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever thought about doing medium work or channeling work, but you have that. There's something there with the connection that you could go into that.
It happens when I do Reiki.
Okay. Wow. So there it is. And this is a great golden being. A great golden being. It looks more like an angel to me. A very strong angelic presence.
Yeah.
And be with that. Okay?
Lovely.
Yeah.
I see her often.
Oh.
Yes, you do.
I love that.
And just ask to connect more directly with her because she is working with you and through you. And like I said, my loose term gatekeeper is opening and closing that portal of information that comes through you. And so,
Yeah, you're the real deal.
Yep, you're the real deal. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, have fun.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling. All right, let's take another caller, Mr. Benny.
Yep, we've got time for probably just one more. We'll take Donna calling in from downtown Seattle. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great.
Fantastic. Now that we're talking to you.
Well, thank you.
We were waiting for you.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at Seattle.
Well, I'm glad you were waiting for me.
What can we do for you?
Well, my question is regarding work. I just started a new contract. My husband's getting ready to retire, and he's asking me when I'm going to retire. So I'm just kind of trying to suss that out because I don't feel like I'm done yet, but just need a little more confirmation on that.
Okay. Let's see here.
That's always a challenge when you're with somebody who's, and they're like, "Hey, I'm retiring. What about you?" I love the fact that you're true to self. We have to be integrous. We have to be in
I can
line.
barely hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good.
Okay, so right away as I'm laying the cards out here, Donna, the change is actually directly in front of you. So I'm going to put in parentheses, your regular job is going out
I beg your pardon?
Are you able to hear me?
Are you still there, Donna?
I am still here.
Okay. We'll talk loud.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So it does show a change directly in front of you. So the regular day job that you have, you will be leaving that. I can already see it. It's in a position of that you're definitely departing from there, but you're not actually ready for retirement. The piece that's showing for you actually is more along your spiritual walk. That's really the piece that's showing up for you, the place of passion. There's a place of a new start and new beginning. And so while your husband, he did pop out up above you, the two of you actually are very different in what you both want. Not only in this arena around retirement, but you kind of are in a lot of other areas of your life here. For yourself, you still have bigger fish to fry. You have something coming up in the future here. Again, it's around that new start, new beginning, which makes you very happy and brings great joy. Even if you don't know what that is right now, you aren't going to be the type of person that's going to sit around watching TV. Absolutely not. Yeah. You have a lot, you have something pretty big, actually, that's still coming up for you in the future. Your walk here is really going to be along, your path purpose piece is beginning to show for you. So, again, I see that like your regular day job piece moving to the wayside, but there's a whole new pathway opening up for you. And actually, you're somebody that should still stay connected with people. So the idea of actual retirement and laying around really isn't going to be your grid. Yours is around more engagement, pathways opening up, and actually kind of really stepping into your life fully. And, Loretta, you said something there in the beginning that I really agree with. You really have your own mind and really follow that, because your spiritual walk, your soul's journey is different than your husband's or children or anyone. Everyone has their soul's journey. Follow always the soul's journey. If you need more clarity on that, always stay connected with the God self, your higher self, your divine part that helps to give guidance, because you came here to do a lot more things still. So you're definitely not going to just be laying around.
Well,
your guys.
I hope I can lay on a beach once in a while, though.
Oh, I think so.
Absolutely.
And your guides and angels are very sweet. They're showing me an image of you holding it's like a platter of food, like abundance. And I always think of that like love. Like you are that person who can just simply make people feel better. There's a nurturing element about that. And then your guides are also like, have fun. Like, serving up loveliness can be quite fun. So, yeah, I don't see you sitting around either. I see you.
Oh, well, that's exciting. That definitely confirms how I feel about life right now. So that's really great to hear.
And travel would be part of that grid, because that's movement. It's moving out into the world, meeting people, going to interesting places. It's just, and of course, everyone likes to come back to their home base, but you've still got a lot of movement. So
you got a lot of movement going on.
Yes, I definitely need movement. That's why I'm going to Norway and France already this year. So
I love that.
Sounds lovely. Okay, well, have fun. Thanks for calling in. And this is Loretta Brown. My guest today has been Diana Clark. Diana, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Facebook is the easiest because they can message me at the Gaelic, Gaelic, Lenormand, Lenormand. My card deck is available through Amazon.com, and I do have a companion book coming out in about another probably 4 to 6 weeks. So, yeah, through Facebook, the Gaelic Lenormand.
Wonderful. It's great to have you here. This is Loretta Brown. Find out more about me at The Loretta Brown Show or ReikiOasis.com, or remember the archives at KKNW 1150 AM. There's lots of them. Listen to them over and over. Have a wonderful, wonderful, love-filled week. We'll talk to you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guest, and caller.